Hi, we're going to make a meatloaf. Unedited. This is going to be a fast meatloaf. I tell you, it's going to be a good one. This is my very first cooking video. Probably my last. But my granddaughter, she loves my meatloaf. So I'm going to get myself a bowl. There's the bowl. This is fun. It's fast, too. All right. Easy peasy. I got some bacon. Got to put bacon on top of your meatloaf. Let's see, we have some ground meat. And it's almost 3 pounds. But we're not going to make a 3-pound meatloaf. That's crazy. I'm going to take half this meatloaf. So I'm not editing. I'm not going to edit. So any kind of goofs, slip-ups, it'll be live. Well, not live. So I left a little bit left for maybe some spaghetti sauce. We can do that next time. That's fun. Okay, so we got this ground meat. You got to get yourself some eggs. So I got some eggs. For this, we're going to use 2 eggs. All right. All right. So I got me some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. I also got one of these. Now, you don't have to get the fancy McCormick. This is actually pretty good. And my granddaughter seems to like the taste of the meatloaf when I use this. So like I said, it's not anything crazy. It's pretty simple. You throw that in there like that. All right, you get all... Whoop. There we go. And this says, I don't know what it says, 2 pounds of ground meat. So that's about 2 pounds. So not a lot of salt because that packet has a little bit in there. And just a couple shakes of some pepper. Get that involved. And then a little bit of this Italian seasoning. Not much. Oh, why did it? Not much. All right, I don't measure. I'm Italian. We kind of do like a pinch of that and a palm of that. That's kind of how we measure. That's how my grandmother measured. Okay, so we need some breadcrumbs. And let's see what I got laying around. Where's my breadcrumbs? Oh, come on. Gotta have breadcrumbs somewhere. See, this is why I told you I wasn't going to edit. But I know I gotta have breadcrumbs somewhere. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I know I got breadcrumbs. Well, if something happens and I don't have breadcrumbs, I will improvise. I know I had breadcrumbs somewhere. But, let's see. I'll put the 2 eggs in. I see that you really should be prepared before you make a video. I apologize. I apologize. But I'm also wondering why I can't see my breadcrumbs. Because I know it. Right in front of my nose. I thought it was a smaller can, so I wasn't looking for the bigger can. It's brand new. I didn't even open this one. Because I was looking for the other can. So, me and my wife are like this when it comes to thinking. What I don't remember, she does, and what I remember, she don't. So we're a good couple. So I'm putting in here, oh, I don't like a lot of breadcrumbs, so I go like a half a cup. Like that. And I use Italian seasoning. You know, the Italian style breadcrumbs. Okay, hands are washed. Now I'm going to put a little something, something. Now a lot of people use ketchup. I'm just going to go in the refrigerator and see what I have. Let's see, what do I got? So I'm pulling out a little bit of leftover tomato paste. I don't have a whole lot in there, and I was saving it in case I needed something like this. I don't like the ketchup because I'm Italian. I kind of like to do something. Oh, that smells good. So, there we go. So this is... I didn't want to cough in the food. I got some peppers. These little baby peppers. My arthritis is hard to... So, I got... Yeah, I'm going to do a yellow one, a red one, and an orange one. Now, I like to put a little onion in it too. So let me grab that onion. Okay, you're going to love this. This meatloaf is going to be so good. I'll put this off to the side. Got my cutting board. And, oh. My favorite knife. So, my wife works. I'm retired. And I stay home and I take care of stuff at home. She likes what she's doing and she don't want to retire yet. Although she comes home and sometimes she feels like she wishes she were retiring. But she's a gal, my wife, I tell you. Smart. Okay, I could be talking to you and stuff, but I don't know how much of my voice you can stand. I just want to share a nice meatloaf recipe with you. Alright, I got the peppers and the onions. I cut the peppers in half. Just cut them in half like that. And I'm going to rinse these. Okay. So I retired to Wisconsin. Was hoping to do some fishing, because I'm right in the middle of all the lakes over here. Originally from Illinois, but my granddaughter and my wife's daughter, my daughter, my stepdaughter, but I love her like my daughter. So, okay. So, here's the thing. My granddaughter loves my meatloaf, but if she sees stuff in there that looks weird, like a piece of onion, I'm going to use a half onion. You put the other half away. Alright, so here's the thing. My granddaughter, she doesn't like to see stuff in meatloaf, but she loves my meatloaf. So I have to take my peppers and my onions and make them disappear so she can't see them. She's 5, smart as a whip, and I love her. So that's why we moved out here. That and politics. Don't get me started on politics. So I got the onion, and I got these peppers, and I'm throwing them right in this, my little handy dandy actually looks like carrots, and she loves carrots. Alright. I'll put a little of that in there. Oh. Okay. So we got everything we need. That's it. So I mix by hand. And I get a feel of, yeah, if you made a meatloaf once, you made it 1,000 times, right? And everybody kind of has their own mind on what they want. You know, I've experimented. I've cornflakes and ran out of breadcrumbs, and I ended up using, what I had to use today. I don't know, some townhouse crackers maybe. I could have made toast. I could have made toast and just took my grinder there and grinded up my own breadcrumbs. I've done that before. But meatloafs are nothing. You know, just right now we just did this together, and we just threw whatever we had around the house in. But I like to experiment. I'm feeling the texture now. I think a little bit more breadcrumbs. I'm half Italian and half French. My father and my grandmother were Italian, and I don't sound like I'm from Wisconsin. I sound like I'm from Chicago. So, Chicago. Yeah, that's where we're from. I grew up in Illinois. Alright, so I got that. I want a little bit more breadcrumbs. You know, between the sauce. Alright, let's go in and out there. So how are you? Oh, I can't hear you. I would love to start doing these cooking videos because I've been cooking, you know, when I was single, I was cooking. My mom taught me how to cook, my grandmother, my father. So I kind of mix it up. I do all kinds of things. I'm always cooking. My wife comes home from work. She has her dinner ready for her laundry done, her underwear folded. She's so spoiled. But see, I got to take retirement before I died. And it seems like all my friends, people I grew up with, you know, they're dying. I'm 65. I only look this old because I got this dang beard for the winter. Me and my brother both are growing beards. He looks like ZZ Top and I look like a Western sidekick. Gabby. Alright, so the meatloaf is looking good. There. Alright. I still got a little more patting to do. Another reason why I didn't want to edit my first video, because I didn't want to get this all over the phone. And I don't know how to edit. You got to do it separately and piece it together. I don't know. I don't have a website per se, except the flying saucers and drones and stuff that flies around. I try to get that. I get my phone out. I got a lousy phone, but I record a few videos where I think they're UFOs, flying saucers, men from outer space. I believe in all that stuff. You don't live 65 years on this planet and not know that it's the truth. You know, ancient aliens, watch all that stuff. Watch all the things they discover. And every time they discover something, a couple weeks later, they discover something older and older. You know, the books of Enoch were not ever put in the Bible. Why? I believe it had something to do with Constantine, one of the Catholic people that went through the Bible that decided what was going to go in and what wasn't going to go in. Constantine, I think he's the responsible one. But I watch all that stuff. I like UFO stuff. And I believe in it. And I believe in the government's been lying to us. I told you, don't get me started about the government. I try to use common sense when it comes to that stuff. You know, left, right, whatever. You know, I picked Trump. All right, you can turn it off now. You found out I'm a mega guy. Not a mega guy, really. But I like him. Kind of reminds me of my dad, I guess. You know, he says it like me. I just say it, you know. My wife says I have no filter when I talk. So sometimes I say stuff and it offends somebody. I'm not walking around my life. I'm too old to be walking around trying to figure out if you're a guy or a girl, gay or not. I don't care. If you're a good person, you're a good person. But there's a man and a woman, and that's all there is. Now you can turn off the video. All right, the meatloaf is formed. Smells good. All right, now I got this old guy. I've had this All my life, passed down from my grandmother to my mother. I love this. Now you gotta wash your hands again. I'm always washing my hands. So I'm a 70s child. You know, I grew up in the 70s. I wasn't born in the 70s. Oh, I've had a crazy life. So I married Patty. I went to high school with her. But she was dating a good friend of mine. And then she moved away. Years later, we found each other on one of those classmate things. And we started talking. And I told her, I said, I always had a crush on you, but you were dating my buddy, so. She was so pretty. She was so pretty. She is still pretty. But back then she was, we called them a fox. They have the kind of look in their eyes, you know, the way they kind of, and you look at them and you say, that girl's pretty, that one's cute. She's a fox. She just has that look, you know, that foxy look. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. Most of you people are on these things. Or, I don't know, 12 years old, I don't know. No, I think Facebook is for the older people, actually. Everyone else is doing the TikTok and the X and stuff like that. I have a YouTube where I download my UFO videos and me playing with my granddaughter. And this meatloaf. Maybe I'll get 3 likes. Maybe I'll get 7 views. I don't care. I'm just doing this because nobody's here at the house. I'm not expecting any phone calls. And I have to get this meatloaf in so we can have it for dinner. But I like for it to set a while. Let the flavor. It's always better the second day. You know, you guys know that when you cook something, you have that leftover? I am constantly freezing something because it was so good I refuse to throw it away. So I'll freeze it. And sometimes it's a mystery. Sometimes it's a mystery. You don't know what it is. I can't remember what I put in that container. Sometimes it's, a lot of times it's my spaghetti sauce. I always make a full crock pot and I cook it all day. And my sauce is so good. Sauce is the boss. Just so you know. Sauce is the boss. Okay, that looks good. And I got a little leftover meat for another little, maybe just, I got my granddaughter coming over with her mom. And she loves meatloaf. So this looks so good. And she likes mac and cheese, so I got some mac and cheese. I'll make that with it. I've got some mashed potatoes. I got real potatoes, but I made baked potatoes last night last night I made baby back ribs, and those were off the bone good. Oh, so that's what the meatloaf looks like. But what I do, my favorite thing, is I like to wrap it in bacon. So I get a pound of bacon. I usually cut it in half and use half, and then save the other half. I pulled this out of the freezer last night for the meatloaf. So I got bacon. And what I want to do is I'm going to wrap. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm not going to do any sky views, and I don't have a drone. But I hear New Jersey has drones. What's that all about? Anyone know what all that is about? FAA don't know anything about it, then all of a sudden, oh yeah, they approved it. This crazy stuff that's going on our planet. Yeah, yeah, you guys read the Bible? You know the Bible? You know the Dead Sea Scrolls? You know the books of Enoch? I've studied religion my entire life. Let's make man in our image. Who's us? Who's our? I mean, you know. Then back in the day, it's like everybody had their own god. All right, this is my god. This is your god. Statues with angels with wings. It's symbolic because they came down from the sky. They didn't actually have wings and flap their wings and come down. What I ought to do is have. What I ought to do is I ought to have a cooking show, and each week, because I won't do it every day, each week I'll do a video, and I'll talk about anything you guys want to suggest I talk about. Because I've been on the planet a long, long time, so I can talk about aliens. I can talk about the Bible. And now my meatloaf is all wrapped in the bacon. And I gotta wash my hands again. All right. I just cleaned the kitchen and now it's not too bad. I'll wipe everything down when I'm all done. So now I got the bacon on there, but I do want to put over the bacon pepper. I like it. Because I like it. I like it. I like taking care of my family. I was a biker. I rode a motorcycle for about 50 years. Started out with a little Suzuki 50 trail hopper. Me and my little brother would go out on the trails with that. 3-speed centrifugal clutch. That was my first motorcycle. And I had many, many motorcycles until we moved down here, up here. Because I was down toward Joliet, and now we're up near Madison. And want to get a little. Oh, I have this. If you like avocado, this stuff here, I'm almost out. But I like doing an avocado on a bagel, toasted bagel, and put just like sprinkle this on there like that on my bagel. I like to do that. So I got to set the oven for, let's see what time it is. It's, looks like 3:35. 3:35. I'm going to cook it for 2 hours. I'm going to cook it for 2 hours covered for an hour and 45 minutes. And I forgot to spray the bottom of that. Doggone it. Well, my meatloaf may stick a little on the bottom. But let me see if I can salvage that right away. All right. Got some pan. I got a pretty nice spatula. There's my bacon wrapped meatloaf. Excuse me. See, the one place I didn't think I needed to go was the paper towels. And that's where I put the phone. If any of you people out there liked my video, thought it was amusing maybe, just leave a comment. Even if it's just a thumbs up or something, you know, just so I get an idea if anyone enjoyed me. Little shake with the pan. And sometimes you just forget something, you know. And my meatloaf. Put that right back in the pan. Slide off nice. I should have sprayed the spatula with pans when I should have done first. Alright, there we go. Well, I'm not going to keep you here. I'll post a picture when it's done. How about that? So I'm going to put this in the oven at 325. Check it in about an hour. And see how it's going. Maybe at that point, I'm going to put the rest of this sauce here over the top of the bacon when it's, before I uncover it, you know, take the lid off. Because I want the lid off of it for, the last half hour of cooking. So, you know, an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending on your stove, 300. Well, thanks for watching. This meatloaf is going to be delicious. Maybe I don't know. I just hope my granddaughter likes it. That's who I'm cooking it for. She calls me Pop Pop. And her name's Coralie Pauline Tenson. And I call her Lily. So, she's my angel. Kind of doing this for her. Maybe she can see this video sometime. Think of her Pop Pop. Alright. I love everybody. Take care. Maybe we'll see you again. Bye.